Hey guys, Noah.
Vince.
Welcome to the first episode from the animated series of Clerks. We recently watched it on DVD. And I guess you can kind of stream it online, or if you still feel like you need DVD, you can pick it up there too. So I guess the first place to begin would be talking about Clerks, the movie. Kevin Smith's first movie. I feel like we should kind of do that on The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly instead.
What, Clerks?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's I think it's on the list already. If not,
it should be.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, we haven't done any Kevin Smith movies yet.
No. All right, we'll get on it. I'll mark it down here. So, Clerks, the movie, was about two teenage mid-20s?
Yeah, I guess they're in their
In
early to mid-20s. So.
slackers who run a convenience store and a movie store next door. They pretty much don't give a shit about their jobs at all.
No.
And,
Well, he's always complaining, I'm not even supposed to be at work today.
Yeah, all of it taken care of in one day. Anyways, that's more about the movie. They decided that after Kevin Smith had done other work such as Chasing Amy and Mallrats, and maybe
had he done Dogma?
I don't know. This came out in 2000.
Yeah.
He may have done Dogma at this point too, but they decided that it was good enough to earn an animated spot on ABC.
Yeah, but it was canceled pretty quickly. Like they aired 2 episodes and then.
Yeah, they had 4 more that kind of just went right to DVD.
Yeah, which is too bad because it was a good show, But I sometimes I think these things they work better when they're just like a one-off thing.
One-off.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it all the way through, all 6 episodes. I mean, it's not like it's all the way through.
Yeah.
But
I remember being disappointed when they only played the first 2 episodes, and then I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah, now all I want to do is see how this turns out.
But then I think I saw it. I think I did see it on. I wanted to say VHS, but it was DVD at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, by 2000.
Yeah.
So, if you bought the DVD copy, each episode has an intro by Jay and Silent Bob themselves.
Yeah.
The characters are not Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith, the actors.
No.
So they talk about how working at or doing the Clerks cartoon made them some serious money.
Some fat Clerks animated cash.
That's right.
Like a nooch.
And you can see their fat palatial estate in the background. They don't really give you much more than stuff like that per intro, other than that. But it's nice to see they took the time to give you a little extra for your buying it.
More bang for your buck.
More bang for your buck, exactly. So each episode begins with a precursor, kind of like South Park. The following episode has no endorsement from celebrities, living or dead, yada yada yada.
But there's like it's like a different.
Yeah, and
it's like each episode, as you go through it, it's a different disclaimer.
Different well, the main disclaimer is the same.
Yeah,
and then afterwards,
on.
In fact, on this one, it said afterwards, is anyone even watching after all that? Then it gives you the episode 1 precursor saying that this tape was lost, but it was dug out, and now we have to watch it for our viewing pleasure.
Courage.
Courage.
It's like, and now you have to watch it. We thought it was lost, and you wouldn't have to suffer through it, but
somebody found it. Now you do. So how does it begin? Right, with the Brian Posehn character. So it's all animated, mind you, so it's not actually Brian Posehn, but the voice of Brian Posehn. That very distinct, low talking voice. It's a terrible Brian Posehn impersonation. So he walks into the store saying, "Can he get a pack of smokes?" Because like the running gag in Clerks, the movie, anyone who ever came into the Quick Stop was there for smokes. Or coffee.
Or newspapers.
Yeah, or eggs. Well, they were there for a lot of things. And each time he would ask for smokes, there would be a reply, "Is it safe? Is it safe?" To the point of driving the guy crazy and having him run outside, crash his car.
Is it safe? They also did the...
it puts the lotion on the skin.
The Signs of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bill. It puts the lotion on the skin.
So the guy runs out of the store in terror, crashes his car, which bursts into flames. He runs out of the car and then catches flames himself.
Spontaneously combusts. He just... Hilarious.
Yeah.
Then you see him running around in the background. Well, Dante and Randal are just fucking talking shit like they normally do.
It was all a hoax by Dante and Randal. A bet, actually, to see how long it would take the guy to run out of the store freaking out.
30 seconds, that's a new record.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a reference to Marathon Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
With Dustin Hoffman.
That was a good movie.
Is it... It's the guy that was in Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh,
Is it Peter O'Toole? No, it's... I forget the actor. Well, he plays the old German, the Nazi,
and
the demented dentist. You know, it's
yeah.
Like, is it safe? He's driving him insane, and like, that movie's fucked up. Anyways,
another one for the other show.
Yeah, no, but it's just cool because the show is filled with like all sorts of little like pop culture references and stuff like that, little jokes, and that's why it's so great. It's really cool.
Yeah, really true to Kevin Smith movies, where they reference other kind of pop culture things that still exist in their world.
Exactly. But now, more so, it's like, you can do it a lot easier because it's cartoon, like...
Yeah, you can make anything happen.
Yeah, that's it,
If you just wanted, like, an airplane to fly in the sky and explode, it's a lot easier drawing it than...
I almost like the show more than the movie, like...
the show is definitely a lot funnier.
Yeah.
The movie kind of, I don't want to say nihilistic, but it's
grown on me quite a bit,
The cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, that whole thing, the guy running out was just a cold intro. We hit the credits, which are friggin' catchy as hell. It's nothing more than that. There are no lyrics to it, but it gets stuck in your head, I'll say that.
Very like late 90s sitcom-y kind of
the show
poppy TV.
Almost felt like a sitcom at times.
Well, they even at the beginning, he's like, Clerks was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah, which also changes each episode.
Yeah, they changed that, yeah. I don't think they it's a running joke, but I don't think they do it every episode.
There's only 6. They have to do it all episode. Okay. If they don't, I'd be so disappointed. So the show opens with Dante getting a phone call early in the morning under a pile of clothes, just like the movie starts, saying that he has to come in even though it's his day off. Classic Dante. He's going to bitch about it all day too. And it's the same routine every time he opens the store, opens the shutters, puts on the pot of coffee.
Clerks burn in hell.
Yeah, already written on the shutters.
And the glass itself.
Yeah. Somebody really hit that store hard. And as soon as it reaches 7 o'clock, a wave of people run in, take all the newspapers, all the coffees, everything, and asks all the dumb questions, including how much is this muffin, with a giant sign of $1.49 for muffins in the background. There's one guy asking if he can get his tires vulcanized while he waits. I don't even know what that means.
That's another running gag. I looked it up. Vulcanizing your tires is some sort of procedure you do on rubber. I don't know. It like makes them stronger or something.
Well, I guess you can't really get that at a New Jersey convenience store.
Apparently not. It's a chemical process for converting natural rubber or related polymers into more durable materials by the addition of sulfur or other equivalent curatives or accelerators. These additives modify the polymer by forming cross-links bridges between individual polymer chains. So I guess it just makes them stronger.
Makes her rubber stronger.
Can you vulcanize my tire? I think they just wanted to say vulcanize.
Well, it's a good sounding word. It's got that hard comedic C sound, or the K sound, I should say.
Yeah.
So after the morning rush, Dante says, "Same as it ever is. Nothing ever interesting happens at work," and he's bombasted by a series of fireworks coming from a group of kids. Dante grabs one of the kids and asks him, "Silas, what are you doing?" And Silas gives him a whole little speech about how they didn't think he would mind after working so many years in this soul-crushing minimum wage hellhole.
He's like,
yeah, good
you're
point.
kind of right.
And Dante, being the white knight he ever is, determines he's got to find out who's selling these fireworks, and who else would it be but Jay and Silent Bob.
Those two hooligans.
Yeah. Being voiced, of course, by Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith. If you can even call it being voiced by Kevin Smith.
Well,
he gets a little bit at the end.
Every episode at the end they have like the little
the kids corner or whatever pro tips.
It's like the little ending segments of the show. Yeah, I always like those two. Those are
they're fun, and they progressively got crazier,
weirder. Yeah.
So we are introduced to Jay and Silent Bob again. Oh, actually, you know what? We get introduced to Jay and Silent Bob, who knock out a stick of, what was it, TNT or something? He claimed it was some kind of firework.
Yeah, well, he's like a M80 or some shit.
Yeah, which is 2 sticks of dynamite.
Yeah, and it's funny. Here it says, when the studio bought the series, they apparently did not realize that the characters of Jay and Silent Bob were drug dealers. When they were informed, studio executives insisted they be changed, and that's why they became firecracker dealers for the cartoon.
Come on, guys, you gotta do your research when you're buying like intellectual property like that.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That is pretty funny. So, they end up knocking a stick of TNT with a baseball bat all the way to Brian Posehn, who's just getting out of the exploded bomb ward.
Is it safe?
Learning that, yes, it is safe.
But it wasn't.
And a giant stick of dynamite just explodes him. Cut to 6 hours later, and we see Dante and a very angry customer standing around in the quick stop. And Randal comes through the door raving about how he's just being released from being kidnapped. And he can describe the whole room exactly.
There was walls. There was doors. Say, please don't let me relive it. I can't.
Yeah.
Hi, what are you doing here?
Yeah,
Isn't it your day off?
Like, oh, yeah. Somebody said I had to work more hours for student
college
credit. And of course, just Randall owning up to it. He's like, yeah, it was me.
No, he said no. First he says like, it wasn't me. He's like, I didn't say it was. Okay, it was me.
Yeah.
Of course.
And there was a really good line here because Dante tells him that this guy's been waiting and to go earn his keep. And Randall mocks him, going, "Earn your keep. You talk like such a mo." Which, like, I don't know. I don't want to say it's progressive or backwater by saying mo on TV. You know, they do say like Mo and Riri on the show.
Yeah. But they make a joke about that too, about
the Humanitas Award.
Yeah, and he's just like, you know, like making shows that don't use the word retarded, and he's like, that's retarded.
Yeah, and gay. It's both retarded and gay.
Definitely not PC friendly, but I mean, this was in the 2000s, like
2000 exactly. But I mean, it was on ABC, and it was like prime time. Well,
yeah,
I guess it was prime time.
But you know, that kind of, you know, you can get away with that kind of humor.
Yeah.
Like,
different time. A different time.
How the tides have changed.
We are later introduced to our, I guess, the Mr. Burns character of the show, the local villain, Leonardo, voiced by Alec Baldwin of all people.
doing some sort of kind of a British accent. He's more like distinguished, definitely distinguished.
Yeah, he sounds like a learned
Leonardo.
man.
Just very like stoic and like.
Yeah, he looks like a bit like a Bond villain.
Yeah.
Or like a cartoon Bond.
Well,
villain.
he has his sidekick who looks exactly like Oddjob.
Yeah, just big, like huge.
It's huge, kind of like. I guess he looks kind of. Well, he looks Asian a bit, but he has.
But he's got the bowler hat.
Yeah, but he has like a very kind of like a high pitched foot. Like
yeah, it's
when he starts talking, you expect him to be like tough guy, but he's like
yeah. He's not even really a bodyguard. He's more of like his personal assistant.
Yeah, well that's it.
Okay, LL, we have Access Hollywood at noon.
It's funny.
And Leonardo. Actually, before that, there's even an intro to Leonardo for the poorly educated people of Leonardo, New Jersey.
His family go back to they're like the founders of there, and he's like they bought Leonardo from the natives for
Leonardo, New Jersey,
$14.8 million.
Yeah, but it was Leonardo himself who made the fortune in the vast the fabled Canadas.
Yeah. That was going to be another running joke. Ben Affleck was he was going to voice a reoccurring character that claimed he was the King of Canada, but
oh what?
Yeah, the series was canceled before it could happen.
God damn it!
That would have been funny.
I would have definitely liked to see Ben Affleck as the King of Canada, because you see the Canadian people seem to be like tribesmen, sort of covering their groins with loincloths made in the shape of maple leaves.
Maple leaves. And they're all dumb. They give them polio in exchange for
mining rights.
The mining rights to the precious Canadian minerals, and which is probably just maple syrup.
Yeah, but I mean that's worth a lot.
Yeah,
especially with the maple syrup mafia.
Yeah.
So after the intro to Leonardo, he declares that he's setting up shop in town, in his giant L-shaped tower, Leonardo Tower. And he's going to make a new store that'll put the rude, uneducated clerks named Dante and Randal out of business by opening a store called the Quick Stop, to which the crowd roars.
Yeah, keep the masses
it's human.
happy with... what is it? It's like a huge mall.
Yeah, it's like exactly like that. It's a giant mall. They end up doing a tour after the first commercial break because it's a TV show. A tour in kind of like a Disneyland style thing where you sit in it and it'll show you around the different parts of the store, including coffee bars everywhere.
Yeah, and then there's a bookstore with its own miniature coffee shop.
No, it's an international coffee bar with its own tiny bookstore inside, with its own teeny tiny coffee shop
inside that teeny tiny bookstore. Yeah.
Some real Inception coffee gags. So as it starts to put the Quick Stop out of business, well, actually it puts all the stores out of business. We see that the flower shop is closed and the bookstore is closed. Even the tumbleweed salesman is closed, as he rolls out the final tumbleweeds before putting a closed forever sign. The clerks get a phone call from the boss, and they say, well, the Quick Stop's going to close too if we don't get some business. What is it? Randal. I almost called him Handel because it's such a funny joke. Randal gets the bright idea of having a sale, pay as you exit, which... it's pretty much what they've been doing already. So he gets the next bright idea of 95% off everything. This little old lady fills up a shopping cart full of food, and it's, what is it, like 28 cents? And she's like, oh, I have a 50% coupon. And it's 14 cents.
Go figure.
Yeah. As all the items are being scanned, we see, in a very cartoonish fashion, satellites and other kind of technical mumbo jumbo scanning all the food that's going in and sending a report to Leonardo, informing him that the quick stop sales are up 55%. And for as much money that was spent to, these underground wires and satellites in space, beaming it to another satellite, beaming it down to a place right next to its original beam point, he's building his own IKEA desk in his boardroom. And like everybody else, having a real difficult time doing it. Missing dowels and screws. I hate you, IKEA. Well, you remember trying to help me build that giant armoire?
Yeah.
That took 4 guys, almost 4 hours. We're not dumb. We're not that dumb. So Leonardo has the idea to talk to the quick stop, or at least his manservant. I can't remember what his name was. Not Odd Job, but what was it? It was
what is his name?
It's like Puck or
Mr. Plug.
Mr. Plug.
Yeah.
Yeah, he calls him Plug. That Mr. Plug suggests that he brings maybe the kids who run the quick stop instead of the store itself. Leonardo says,
"Bring me the quick stop.
This'll do for now." After the commercial break, Dante and Randal are led into Leonardo's office with his poorly made homemade desk. And Dante being... Randal, sorry. Randal, being the very callous man he is, says that the desk looks like it was built by a Riri. Which, it was different times, people. Different times. And Leonardo finds it the honesty refreshingly funny. And when Dante tries to join in,
doesn't work out so well.
No, not so much. So Leonardo believes that instead of crushing the quick stop, he's just going to buy out the kids with management courses. What the hell was it? It was like management courses, stock options, medical coverage.
He said he'll pay for college.
And they'll pay for college. And of course, from the movie, Dante always talking about going back to college. Or how great it would be if he did. Finally has the opportunity. And
of course, Randal pisses all over that plan.
Yeah, because Leonardo gets a phone call from Canada. From Montreal, of all places. Love to see that Montreal pride. And Dante believes that taking a call is actually insulting. Even though Leonardo tells him that, I'm just going to call him LL. It's too much. Even though LL only tells him that he can only get a phone call in from Canada like once a month. So Randal, insulted, pisses all over LL's offer, and LL therefore informs him that it's just the first step to his evil conspiracy of turning Leonardo, New Jersey into a north of the borders theme park. Canadian goods available in the States for the first time.
He's like, well, that doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah. Which is only the second step of his massive plan.
To enslave humanity.
Well, at least enslave the people of New Jersey. Leonardo, New Jersey.
Yeah.
So Dante and Randal take it upon themselves to reveal the plan to everybody. And they decide to break into Leonardo's office to find proof. They do that classic Batman trope of climbing on the side of the building. Or scaling the side of the building with a rope. I don't know, how do we describe this scene?
Well, the camera's like this and they're climbing up. It looks like they're climbing up. Yeah. And then the camera turns and they're just walking normally around. And they're like, why are we walking like this?
Yeah. And a planter falls so you can determine which way up is. Which is...
It's just a funny sight gag.
Yeah. Which they will reuse it later, I guess.
Yeah, they do.
Eventually, they do make their way to the top and into Leonardo's office. And who's waiting for him at the office? Fucking Jay and Silent Bob coloring comic books. or reading, or they were coloring. I don't know. Both. One of them was coloring a comic book. The other one was reading it.
Classic.
Yeah. They find the plans to LL's conspiracy, and decide to take it to the town hall meeting. And by the time they get there, LL's already there explaining the entire plan, saying that he's going to enslave people of Leonardo and let them live off the crumbs. And, I don't know, everyone seemed to be pretty stoked on crumbs. As they all chant, crumbs, 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 yeah! But apparently that's not the entire plan, as Dante and Randal break down each and every step beyond that. And I think it's like a 108-step plan of nuking the world by the end of it.
Well, yeah, it's just like it. They have a pop-up book, and they're just going through the whole motion, and then like as time goes by, the room is clearing out slowly.
Yeah.
As he's going on through each step of the plan, and then there's one guy left at the end. He's like, "Oh my God, we must stop him!" And he's like, "Do you even live here?" He's like, "No, I live in New York City. I'm just stopping through on the way to the beach and stop to go to the bathroom."
So it doesn't really work out for the people of Leonardo. While Dante and Randal sulking go back to the quick stop to I don't know, piss away the rest of their meaningless job. And they decide to watch UPN's The Secret Files of... What was Desmond Pfeiffer?
Desmond Pfeiffer.
I'm not exactly sure who that is. I should have done the research before filming this. But...
I don't think it's anyone, really. I think they just made it up. It takes place during...
Yeah, it's like the Civil War.
Yeah.
I guess he's like the butler, or... No, not the butler. Maybe he's like a guard. Secret Serviceman to Abraham Lincoln, and they're talking about how Jefferson has opened up a quicker.
Oh, I think it was an actual fucking show. It was a show on UPN. Secret Diary of Desmond Pfeiffer was an American sitcom that aired on UPN in '98. Before it even debuted, the series set off a storm of controversy because of its perceived lighthearted take on the issue of American slavery. Yeah, it starred that guy. What's his name? He was in The Frighteners.
Okay.
Chi McBride.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, really?
And wasn't he in that, like, Ally McBeal, the Boston Public? Yeah, he was the principal. Yeah. So yeah, it was black English nobleman named Desmond Pfeiffer, chased out of England due to gambling debts, becomes President Abraham Lincoln's valet in America. That's the show. So I guess they're just ripping on that show. Yeah, it's true. I remember reading
that show
about
also only had 8 episodes. Hey, well, we should do that show.
Yeah, we should. I'm sure we can find it online somewhere.
So they watch a show, or an episode of The Secret Files of Desmond Pfeiffer. And that it's a very similar storyline to the one they're going through, of Jefferson opening up a whiter house across the street.
Oh God!
And Dante puts it together, saying, "Oh, it's kind of a lot like what's going on right now." And he's like, "Yeah, we'll just do what they did in the show, and we'll take care of it." And Problem solved. And then just like that, it fades from TV show to. I guess real life for at least the Clerks people.
Yeah.
With Leonardo in handcuffs and Dante in a woman's dress. Randal in a woman's dress.
He's like, "I knew it was you all along."
Yeah. There's a lot of weird gay undertones in this show. Especially that last episode.
The last episode ever?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. The last episode ever.
That's what it's called, yeah.
And as Leonardo is walking away, saying that he'll get his revenge on the Clerks, it dawns on the Clerks that and the end of the episode, Desmond Pfeiffer blows up the White House, and that Leonardo Tower and the Quicker Stop are still, or at least the Quicker Stop are still in production. And all of a sudden it explodes with Jay and Silent Bob coming out of the explosion saying, hey, you guys want to buy some fireworks?
Hey, you guys want to buy some fireworks? Use guys.
And it ends nicely with...
well, they're like, hey, you know about the plan?
He's like,
what plan?
Just completely oblivious to everything. Much like the characters themselves. Dante makes a little speech about how things can get better from here and that they got to be hopeful on the outlook on life. And it cuts to next week, the same guy coming in. Hey, can you guys vulcanize my tires yet? No. Haven't you guys learned anything?
I guess not.
Yeah. And the episode ends there with a little bit after the kids' corner part, where it's Jay and Silent Bob and Charles Barkley giving tips, although Jay and Silent Bob seem to really have a problem with Charles Barkley and boot him out.
Get out of here, Charles Barkley.
Nobody wants you here.
Kind of like in South Park with Brian Dennehy.
Yeah. Get out of here, Brian Dennehy. We're not talking about you. Oh, sorry. And Jay and Silent Bob give a tip that when you're camping in the woods, don't forget to tie your food up in a tree at the end, or before you go to sleep, so it doesn't attract bears.
Yeah, that's where like Silent Bob gives his little. That's where he talks, because in all the movies he always has like a little speech or whatever. So it's like at the end of every episode, like he doesn't talk in the episode. I think maybe in one episode he does talk, but it's like during the actual episode. But he always talks. He always talks in that. And then, like, at the end, they laugh, and they're like, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah, he's like, don't forget to bear that tip in mind.
And they just, like, have an extended
laugh to credits. I mean, after the first episode of this, it's very cartoony. Like, it certainly is all over the place. Kind of slapsticky, and it definitely uses the fact that it's a cartoon to have people explode and burst into flames at will.
Yeah.
But it's... just the beginning to a 6-part masterpiece.
Yep. It's pretty great show.
Yeah, so if you haven't watched it already, I would say start streaming it online wherever you can.
And I think they have it on Amazon or something.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely worth a buy. It's probably only like $15 at this point. You guys wouldn't it wouldn't do you any harm to buy it.
Yeah, it's definitely if you're a fan of Kevin Smith.
Yeah, especially if you're a fan of Kevin Smith.
Even if you're not, if you just like adult oriented cartoons and stuff like that, you know, like this show didn't reach its target audience really being on like ABC. They're not really known for adult comic cartoon. You know, it might have even worked better on Fox or something, or now Adult Swim.
Definitely.
There's been talk on Adult Swim of them bringing it back.
Really?
Like
That'd be cool.
Revised version of, like, I guess...
get it done right.
Yeah, reinventing it or whatever. I don't know how that would work.
Well, I'd like to see it.
Nowadays, I think it would work maybe a little bit better. Definitely, because Kevin Smith has way more of an audience now.
Yeah.
And like...
But I mean, to get Alec Baldwin on the show every week.
Yeah, well, I was looking through the cast, and there was like a bunch, like Bryan Cranston played a character. There was like
I remember an episode with Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried. Well, anyways, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
It's a hilarious fucking cameo.
Yeah, definitely a very good job, Gilbert Gottfried.
He's great.
I don't know. Anything else you want to talk about on this before you give the shameless credits or the shameless plugs?
Not really. I mean, just like...
Start watching it, guys.
Pick it up. Like,
watch it and follow it after each episode. Watch an episode, listen to the podcast. Watch an episode, listen to the podcast. But you have to wait in between, so don't stream it too fast. How much was that?
I'm looking here new. They're selling for like $40.
Well,
it might be out of print now. So, but I'm seeing used from 1 cent. You know, used.
Well, anyways, guys, you know what to do. We're not gonna tell you how to watch your cartoons online.
But pick it up, stream it, whatever, do it.
So I guess we don't have an email for this show, but I guess we'll just use the GPU email.
Yeah.
So guys, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, share, wink, poke, whatever else you got to do. to follow us.
You got Twitter now.
Yeah. Now available on Twitter at GBU Podcast 514.
Yeah.
Because somebody else.
Someone else.
Took,
there's another GBU. I didn't look who they were.
I did.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about it after.
Right.
But yeah, you can find us on Twitter. Find us on Facebook at GBU Podcast. And send us emails for any TV shows you want to see us do. And guys, I don't want to see a million fucking things for Serenity. I know. We're all sad about it. We'll get to it.
Serenity or Firefly?
Yeah, Firefly, right.
Yeah.
Serenity was the movie.
The movie was that. Yeah.
Anyways, guys, I promise you we'll get to it. So, but you can email us at gbupodcast@gmail.com. And yeah, just keep watching our shit, please. Till next time.
Adios.